Hello, my name is Brendaniel, and I now love Dark Souls, and Souls-likes, and stamina-based character action games. Oh, that was really hard for me to say. It was very, very tough for me to say that, and I'm very, very brave for saying it. I can now play these games, thanks to a friend who has shown me the way without beating any of the bosses for me. I have figured out how to play Dark Souls and Souls-likes in general. And maybe this video will help you get over that final hurdle, that final hump, into being able to play Souls-like games. And I have a long way to go, of course. I am playing Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring simultaneously. I have 2 bosses left in the Dark Souls 3 main story. I'm stuck on the goddamn Nameless King! But I'm also playing Elden Ring. There will be Elden Ring footage playing in the back of this video. There will be no spoilers. It will just be footage of me from my first stream of it playing over, so you have something pretty ingorgous to look at. So let's talk about how I found out. I hate this sweater. How I found out that I legitimately like Dark Souls games. If you haven't followed my streams, I have complained, I've whined, I have cried about my dislike of Souls games and Souls-like games. If you are a friend of mine, you will know that I am no stranger to despising them. But there are 3 reasons prior to why I did not like those games, and 3 reasons that make a lot of sense to me, might not make a lot of sense to you, or might make the soup in your noggin nice and spicy like mine. So let's talk about number 1. Anger. Anger has been something that has followed me my entire life. At 28 years old, turning 29 this year, almost 30, I have been an angry person. I have always been angry. I have always been upset about something. I don't have a good way to control it. Now, being on the internet for as long as I have been, making as many videos as I have, and being called Markiplier every 3 to 4 seconds online has helped me tame and temper that a little bit. But as a kid, I had to take anger management classes. I had to go to a special class where they blew up balloons and said, "This balloon represents your anger. Don't fill it up. Don't hold it in." And then you'd have somebody else in a different anger management class say, "Hold it in, it's good for you. Just don't let it out. Don't let it leak out." So I got a lot of conflicting opinions on anger, but I will give you examples of how angry I was, especially when it came to video games, because they were one of my only ways to cope with reality being worse than unreality. By that I mean, when I was in high school, I broke not 1, not 2, but 3 Xbox 360 controllers playing Modern Warfare 2. And Halo 3, I broke a controller. And I broke 2 copies of Modern Warfare 2. To the point where I broke a copy of a frickin' video game I owned. One of my favorite video games when I was in high school. I saved up coins and cash for an entire month and a half, to the point where I was picking up soda cans and taking them to a recycling center so I could get 5 cents a can, just so I could save up and buy another copy of Modern Warfare 2, only to break it in half, pull it out of my Xbox, hold it in my hands, and snap it in frustration and rage. Because I think I was trying to get a rocket launcher headshot kill, and I couldn't get it, and I was really mad about it. Just the pettiest, dumbest things. And so my first experience with Dark Souls was Dark Souls 2 on the PS3. Now, a lot of Souls fans, I think, are gonna go, "Ah, see, I get you now. I understand. I see why you don't like the Souls-like games." But for me, I didn't have that perspective. I had a friend say, "Hey, we both work at GameStop. We're both cool guys. Why don't us cool guys play Dark Souls 2? So I bought it, I got it, I popped into my PS3, I got through the first opening segment, I think I beat the first boss, and then I got into the hub area, and I didn't know what I was doing. There's no map markers here. Where am I going? Where am I? Do I pray now? And then my weapons broke, and I was left with nothing. I was punching skeletons in the face and going, "Why? Why?" And without that perspective, I was getting more and more angry, to the point where I pulled it out of my PS3 that same day that I bought it, slapped it back into the case, brought it back the next day to my workplace, which was GameStop. I didn't return it. I traded it in because when you buy a new game and open it, for some dumb reason, you can't return it. Get on, GG, idiot. I wanted to not be angry, and I've always wanted to not be angry. I still get frustrated at games. I'm still getting mad at Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, but it's manageable now. And because it's manageable, it's no longer a problem. I've realized I can set it down, walk away, go punch a wall real quick, like my name was Kyle or Tatum or Carrick, and come back, grab the controller, feel refreshed, and usually I'll beat the boss in one go. So anger is that first hurdle for me in most things, and now that I've dealt with it when it comes to the Souls games, it's not a problem. My second problem is a lot weirder, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this in a way that makes sense to most human beings. Inexperience. Inexperience is a weird one because I have somehow navigated my life through a life of playing video games and enjoying them, and I have missed out on so many games that people would go, "How did you not play that as a kid? What is wrong with you? Who are you? Are you a pod person? Did they break you out of the Nintendo YouTuber jail? And like, just set you free on the world? You horrible, horrible goblin." Because like, honestly, I do kind of look and act like I'm a Nintendo YouTuber who's broken out of the pod a little bit too early. But I never played Mario as a kid. I never played Sonic. I never played Devil May Cry. I missed out on pretty much every single video game that had a third-person camera angle where you didn't have a gun. Aside from Katamari, which I got right here because it's my favorite game of all time and you should play it. Play Katamari Damacy. I tricked you, Souls fans. This is actually why I wanted you to watch this video. Play Katamari Damacy. Get owned. But I didn't have that relevant experience in video games where you had a character and you were behind that character and they had a weapon and they hit things with the weapon. Every game I played was either first person, a turn-based game, or Pokemon, which is also a turn-based game. I had an N64, but I never played Mario 64 until 2 years ago. I had a GameCube, but I didn't play pretty much any of the Legend of Zelda games except for Majora's Mask, because I liked that one. And I liked that you had silly masks, and my uncle helped me beat it. But I never played it or beat it as an adult. I never played it or beat it as a kid, really. I just handed my uncle the controller if things got too hard. I played Kingdom Hearts for about an hour, and then my uncle took it and he said, "All right, I'm just gonna play this game, you just watch." So I missed out on a lot of games that would give me the experience that I needed to be able to handle just the camera angle, and rhythm, and dodging. I pretty much only just played every single video game except for the ones that you probably should play before you just jump directly into the pool that is Dark Souls. Which, like I said, is weird. Inexperience is a really hard one to quantify because you can't just say that you can't play Dark Souls because you didn't play Mario. But to me it makes sense. I mean, I'm not expecting them to add Goomba Stomps to Dark Souls. I'm not expecting them to add plumbing to Dark Souls, nor am I expecting to save a princess and eat a mushroom. I am just saying that because I missed out on some really integral video games as a kid, I just don't have that experience as an adult. And now I do, because I went back and I played a bunch of those games, and now I have played a bunch of those games, and now I have the relevant motor function to be able to handle that stuff, but that one might not be as important. I just think that it is in my head. It makes me feel better, okay? So just let me have this one, and you can have whatever you want. Just say GG in the comments, and I'll understand. The third one is impatience. Really, that's it. I am so used to playing video games that are non-stop, moment to moment, a moment, a moment, a moment, a moment, a moment. I see an enemy, I kill the enemy, I see an enemy, I kill the enemy, I see an enemy, I kill the enemy. And Dark Souls is something where you have to see the enemy, whoa, hop, whoa, hop, kill the enemy. Without that pattern recognition and with my added bad brain, I didn't want to just stop smell the roses, and kill the ashes. I wanted to go. But because I couldn't do that, because Dark Souls isn't really a power fantasy game until, later, and then you can go back to lower levels and just start one-hitting things to feel good about yourself. Because From Software games and stamina-based character action games aren't power fantasies, I wasn't able to have the patience to be able to handle them. So anger mixed with inexperience mixed with patience, sorry, not a doctor or anything, impatience, meant that it was breeding this stew of contrarian garbage that I have been spewing for the last 7 years, outside of YouTube, of course. I'm not gonna make a video saying, Dark Souls sucks, and here's why, because I don't want to be murdered. But I don't want to do that anymore either. I don't have to do that. I'm just saying those 3 things were the 3 problems that I originally had. It was also a skill issue. And I hate saying that because I feel like every video game should be accessible to anybody. But when I took the time, had a friend talk to me, and figured out how to do certain things and how I wanted to play, that was so incredibly helpful. If I did not have someone sit me down and say, Brendan, I'm British, do you want to go unga bunga with this shtick? And I go, I like it when I hit things with a big rock or a big stick. I also like it when I hit things with a big hammer. Are there big hammer options? Oh, of course, I'm British. I love big hammer. The fact that I had someone and they didn't just guide me through the game willy-nilly, they didn't just beat the bosses for me, they legitimately just gave me the information that I needed and let me process it myself, was the most important thing in the world. I have tried numerous times to get into Dark Souls 3, but I have always had friends say, you gotta do this, and 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 you gotta play it the way I play it, or else you're wrong, and you gotta play it this way, or you're wrong. And because of that, and because my brain is a brain that immediately tells me that if someone tells me to do something, I should do the complete opposite of that and not listen to them because they're stupid and I'm smart, I couldn't enjoy those games. Bloodborne is the closest I've gotten in enjoying any of those games, but I still had the problem of, you gotta do it this way, and you gotta do it this way, and you gotta give this, and then you gotta do this, and don't do that. Don't invest your skill points into that, because that'll be wrong and bad, and you shouldn't make mistakes. I'm telling you how to play the game, Brendan. And I don't talk to a lot of those people anymore, partially because of other reasons, not really because of the whole Souls thing, but I appreciate that my friends have guided me and helped me into figuring out how to play a video game without explicitly telling me how to play a video game the way that they want to. I've figured out how to play the Souls games the way I want to, which coincidentally is beating and bludgeoning things to death with a giant hammer, axe, or club. Suffice it to say, I don't think that it's just a skill issue. I don't think that everybody can play From Software games. I think everybody should be able to enjoy them, but I don't think they should be easier. I think there should be an easier way to understand those games or get into them. Maybe add a training area to the beginning of those games with different weapon types or magic so you can figure out how you want to play a la Monster Hunter. Maybe have the tutorial be a little bit more handholdy. But I wouldn't change the difficulty in those games for the world, for me at least. As someone new to this franchise, I don't think the solution to accessibility is making the bosses or enemies easier. I think it's making sure that players know every option that they have available, because I think that everybody can find a way to enjoy those games, especially if I can. Because it has always felt like there is a gigantic wall in front of me, and now that I've climbed over it and am enjoying these games more than I ever thought I could, I am so happy that that wall is behind me, so I never ever have to look back at it again. And I can't wait for more. And I have all of these games now that I haven't been able to play that I can play and enjoy for the first time, which I'm sure you're probably like really jealous of, to be honest, huh? You wish you could play Dark Souls 1 for the first time, huh? Well, I'm going to. Get on, nerd. But I will say that I wish there was an easier way to talk about accessibility for these games without it just being, don't make the game easy, don't add an easy mode. Because I always wanted to enjoy these games, and now that I've finally gotten over the wall, I can. But there are a lot of people on the other side of the wall that can't jump over it, can't climb over it, they can't build a ladder over it. And I wish I could just break it all down and let everybody in. I don't think that it's a video game series or style of video game that should be kept away from anybody, because there's so many ways to tell stories and show locations and let you listen to epic, cool music. But that wall is there, and it is satisfying to get over it. So part of that is, I have to ask you a question. Is the journey worth more than the destination? And how hard do you want to get there? And how much work do you want to put into a video game series to be able to get there? I don't think everybody's going to be as lucky as I am in terms of being able to get over that wall and have a group of kind and caring friends help him get over that wall. So, I don't know. I don't know if Dark Souls is going to be the video game series for you. I mean, hell, you don't have to like every kind of video game. You can like whatever the hell you want. But if you are interested in it and you're having a hard time, maybe watch a video on how to build certain types of characters in Dark Souls. Maybe talk to friends who like Dark Souls and figure out a way to get past that wall, to get past that hump. Because I found a way over that wall, and I love being a Souls fan. All right, I'm going to leave now. Thank you for watching. My name is Brendaniel. You can subscribe. You can check out the Patreon. You can watch me on twitch.tv, where I will be playing a bunch of video games and stuff. If this video did not resonate with you or did not hit like a sweet spot for you, I'm very sorry. I don't like to write scripts for videos like this because I think scripts are for nerds, and I'm not a nerd anymore. I play cool games like Dark Souls, and I drink White Monster, and I have sex with my wife, so I don't really play video games like that anymore because I'm a cool guy. I don't play baby games anymore. But I do appreciate you watching this whole giant mess of a video, and I'll see you the next time I decide to grab my microphone and talk about something stupid. All right, bye.